First game under Coach Parker's direction, I know you had a long offseason with him, but how do you evaluate kind of the overall receiver room through 1 week, and what do you think will stand to gain the most moving forward?
I feel like Coach Parker's helped the receiver room grow a lot in the time that he's been here, definitely. The main thing that I noticed that he's helped us with is our energy and our mindset, just basically projecting what he has onto us, and it's just really changed the way we play and how we think about how we play.
Going off of that, Daniel, how are you a different receiver this year than you were at this time last year?
I'm actually 10 pounds lighter, I believe, so I move a lot better. I feel like I move a lot better than I have in the past. Definitely my hand placement and how I catch the ball has gotten a lot better than before.
Was that something that Coach Galt wanted you to do, I'm imagining, or how did you transform your body to get to that number?
That's something that Coach Galt and I talked about postseason in our meeting. So definitely implementing everything that he wanted me to do has helped me lose the weight, well, the right amount of weight that he wanted me to get, and it's helped me a lot in my game.
Did have a follow-up. You mentioned Coach Parker's mindset kind of projecting across your group. Could you kind of describe that mindset?
Yeah, Coach Parker has a really strong mindset, so he's like the next play mentality type of person. So you make a good play, that's great, but you have to get back and do it again. You make a bad play, that's not as good, but you also have to get back and get the next one, do better next time.
That 95-yard touchdown that you had last year, you caught it at the 35-ish or so with nobody around you. What do you think about in the next 60 yards of just running?
I was just literally thinking run, don't get caught, but definitely I was thinking about scoring and just keeping my feet, making sure that I get there without getting caught.
And do you guys ever use the scoreboards to kind of reference anybody behind you? Have you ever?
Not really. I feel like I don't. I just really look at what's straight ahead in front of me.
Justin Shorter told us in the offseason that he felt like a big part of his game that was going to be improved this year was just straight up confidence, and that was going to carry him forward. Coach Parker said the same thing. How have you seen Justin maybe transition from who he was last June and taking on the fanfare of being the top-ranked guy to where he is now as a redshirt freshman and a starter?
Yeah, I feel like Justin really grew into his own during the springtime. I feel like he's grown to be more of a big receiver and play bigger than before. When he first got here, I felt like he was more of a speedy guy. He wanted to use more of his speed, but now he's using his speed and his size, which has helped his game a lot. And definitely boosted his confidence, yeah.
Going off of that, I guess, how would you say you and Justin are different as receivers?
I would say I play more quicker than he is. He's more physical with his hands and stuff like that. And I'm more elusive, I would say.
What does a guy like KJ bring to the room, not just from a playing perspective, but we know he's a big personality too. What does that do to the rest of you guys?
That really just helps all of us. One person down, his energy picks them up and just keeps all of us on our toes. And definitely him being the older guy in the room, the wisdom that he has and the playing time that he's had, he just lets us know how it is and how it'll be when we get our time to shine.
Does he talk as much during games as he does,
Definitely.
Really?
He's a very vocal person at all times.
Yeah, so like between plays, because you guys, there were a couple instances you guys were running together at some points last week. So in between, he's still talking?
In between each plays, come on DC, let's go DC, we gotta get it. Just every play is always in our ear. Yeah.
One last one for me. I can thank you. You guys, it looked like were really pushing the tempo early on last week. How did you feel like that went, and is that something that maybe we'll see more and more of every week?
Yeah, I definitely feel like as time goes on and as the games progress, I feel like our tempo will just get even better. That's something we really work on in practice, just keeping our tempo up, keeping the speed up. And if one person's tired, then we have, I feel like our depth of the receiver is really good, so somebody's tired, the next person can come in, there won't be any drop in our play.
You came in with Will, and I think you might have been in the Nike scholarship offer here at Penn State too. Getting the chance to see him in game action, what stands out about Will? Coach Franklin just said he needs to do a better job getting down and not taking hits, but in terms of who he is in the practice field, and how have you seen him respond to coming up short in that QB competition?
Will is a really mature person to me, so I feel like he handled that really well. And definitely the main thing about him is his arm to me, his arm and his size. He can really throw a real strong, tight tip, and I feel like it's the main thing that he has going for him right now, and his size as well.
So what can you tell us about Buffalo this week, and what challenges do you see them being able to pose from your perspective?
I know Buffalo's a really good team. They have pretty good DBs, and they won the MAC last year with them. So I feel like the main thing would be us just staying focused and just playing our game, living up to what we want to do on the field. That'll be the main thing to help us get this W this week. Yeah.
Coach Franklin had mentioned that he told Will, you have to get down. You can't be taking those sorts of hits. But what's it like when you see a quarterback doing that? I mean, I have to imagine you probably wanted to get down too, but what's going through your head about how his level of toughness?
I definitely agree that he has to get down and protect his body, but it just shows me how strong-minded he is, how strong a player he is, and it really just wants to. I want to get going. I see if a quarterback can do it, I know I can do it.
And when you met KJ for the first time, what was that like? Can you tell us about it? Do you recall?
Yeah, it's just like how he always is. Yo, what's up, man? I'm KJ. Yeah, man, how you doing? Just a really energetic person. I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm Daniel. But yeah, his energy is just always at the top.
With your room, we got a chance to see him for the first time, Weston Carr out there. I think he's 23, 22. Most of you are 18, 19, 20 in that room, it seems. Does he bring, I know he's coming from a different level of football, but does he bring any kind of extra accountability because this is his final year, because of the chance he took on coming to Penn State? What stands out about Weston, who he's seeing the depth chart for the first time this week?
Weston, he really focuses on like the little details that we can't, like, I wouldn't say we can't, but we don't really notice as much because of the experience he has. So things like coverage-wise or like how a DB plays, awful plays, man, he sees those type of things, lets us know, and it kind of helps all of our game together.
In terms of experience too with Jahan, another guy you came in with, last year seeing him rise up and become a starter, and this year carrying that forward. What did he do, in your opinion, to really separate himself? Obviously, it was an impressive receiver room. You all wanted to be in that position, but what do you think he did to kind of give himself a head start and gain action?
I definitely think it's the way he carried himself in practice, just really focusing on his skills that he knows he has really good, like his speed and his hands. I feel like he used those really to separate himself from the other receivers last year, which really helped him skyrocket.
I got one more. Oh,
You
sorry.
can take in the Josh Tate.
Perfect. Your 2018 class was all over the field on Saturday, but I'm curious on Sunday, when you come in after a 72-point win and you kind of got to be the guys who say, let's get back to work. How was that transition? Because in the years past, it's been Nick Scott or Trace McSorley or Marcus Allen who kind of beat that drum about getting back to work on Sunday. How do you think the team responded after such an impressive performance?
I feel like it was more than just the class of 2018. I know we're definitely coming into our roles on this team more so this year, but I feel like just the team as a whole took the win really well, and we realized that we had to focus this next game mentality. We had to focus on Buffalo now, even though it was a great win.
From the start of camp until now, maybe what's one thing you've learned about this team, this offense that you didn't know before camp started?
Team-wise, I feel like it's definitely our culture. I noticed how good our culture is now compared to last year when I first got here. And then you said receiver room-wise, correct?
Just team-wise, maybe what's one thing you've learned that you didn't know about this team before?
Just definitely, I would definitely say our culture. It wasn't really new. It's not something I learned, but it's something I noticed has gotten better over time.
Promise this is the last one. Very scientific poll I'm conducting. Who's the biggest trash talker on the team?
The biggest trash talk of the team, Mike Parsons. Yes,
Do we need an
definitely.
explanation on that, or?
No, I feel like just based off of his game, he knows how good he is and what he can do, so he's just really confident about it. And I wouldn't say it's arrogant, definitely not. It's just confidence more so. And it just brings energy to everyone, because once he says something, obviously somebody has something to say back. Yeah.
Anything else for DG? All right, thanks DG.
Thank you.
We are awaiting Jonathan Sutherland's